everyone to the Unraveled and Rising podcast. And today is New Year's Eve. Woo! So no matter how you are ending the year, if it was one of the highest years of your life and you've accomplished a lot, or if it was one of the most challenging years of your life, there's something great. There's some gratitude that we can take from it. And even if it was one of the most challenging years of your life, there's learning that we can take from it, right? So I welcome my co-hosts, Michelle and Kimberly.
Hi. Hello.
And I'm excited for a topic today, one that I will have to say that I have almost shied away from talking about because it's uncomfortable to talk about because there's an awkwardness, right? When you're growing, and it's when you're growing and you're in this in between, and so you're overcoming things, you're on to this next season, but what's happening on the in between from one season of your life to the next? Because there's relationships that maybe start dwindling, and conversations aren't the same. You're not the same person that you once were, and energies or connections, things you had in common with the same people in your life are not the same. And so how do we navigate that? How do we navigate that going into the next season? And then not only that, the person that you're becoming, maybe you've not yet started to attract those types of relationships yet. And so I know for me, and maybe for both of you guys, it can feel like even a lonely season.
Absolutely.
So that's what we're going to talk about today.
Yes.
I think also the thing that's interesting, Terry, is, and Kimberly, is the fact that you also have to not become the person that's trying to fix everybody else. Because you have all this awareness now and you see all these things in other people. Yeah. But if I become the person that's like, hey, like I'm trying to fix everybody, I will become annoying very fast.
Right. Then you'll definitely have no friends.
Well, and the truth to that is not everybody wants to be fixed.
No. A lot of people are perfectly fine just where they are, which is fine. I mean, and there's no judgment in that either.
Don't see that they need anything to be fixed about them.
Right.
Some people are not aware of anything and don't believe that there's anything wrong.
Yeah. And then still being able to love those people.
Yes.
Even though, right? And that's, yeah, it's definitely been challenging, something that's been on my heart over the last couple of weeks with the holidays and, just family stuff and change and thinking about goals going into 2026. But I think it also aligns perfectly with 2025 being the year of the snake, where we're shedding things that don't serve us anymore and shedding those beliefs that don't, suit us anymore to be ready to rise again next year. Well, tomorrow,
it's here, baby. It's here.
It is for the year of the horse. And I'm excited. I've got, been doing my goals and I'm excited for 2026. I'm always excited for the new year, but I feel a little extra excited about it this year.
Yeah, I agree. And I feel for me that, I always say it at the end of every year, and I tend to be an optimist just in general, but I'm like, this is going to be a great year for me. I say that 2026 is going to be amazing, and I think 2025 was probably the best year I've had in business, and also personally, it's the most growth I've had and the best business opportunities that I've had in 2025. So I know that's going to carry over, and I'm very excited about it, and I feel so much more comfortable in my skin than I ever have.
Yeah, me too.
Even if my skin's a little larger than I'd like it to be, I still feel more comfortable in this skin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel for me, I have so much clarity in vision and the direction where my life is going and where I want it to go. So focus is huge for me this season. And in our mastermind this morning, it was we did a 90-day commitment to our accountability partners, and it was not New Year's resolutions. It was, what is my 90-day plan? and what daily actions am I going to take, small daily actions that I'm going to take for 90 days. And who is that woman that I'm becoming, and what actions are those daily things that I'm going to take and commit to and be accountable to other people, not to think that I can do it by myself. Right.
Yeah.
So for the audience out there, you can't do it alone.
Yeah.
And asking for accountability, accountability is given, it is not taken. So you give it to other people to hold you accountable, and then you take action in it. Yeah. So if there's resolutions you want to make, or big actions that you want to take and you want to change, to change is to literally become a different person. So it's not to, I think that when we go into a new year and we have all these resolutions and we want to do all these new things and we want to have a different life, but we go into it with the mindset of the same person. And then by the end of January, we're back into the same old stuff because we're not changing as a person. Yeah. And so I think that's where so many of us get it wrong. For me personally, that's what I have learned in the past, is that I literally had to make changes within myself. I couldn't just think that things were going to change in my life if I continued to make the same choices in my life. It was making different choices, changing the way I was thinking and changing the way I was feeling, not having this constant worry and anxiety in my life, and then thinking that things in my life were going to be different, because it never happened.
Well, and the other thing I've been thinking a lot about too is, we think about these huge goals. Well, sometimes that's like staring up at Mount Everest. Like, that's way overwhelming. So like you talked about, what's the 1% you can do each day? Because it accumulates. I was listening to something recently, and they were, it sounds kind of ridiculous, but it was talking about someone that was needing to get into better shape. And it was as simple as the first day, putting the shoes out next to the bed. The next day, putting the shoes on. I mean, it seemed, but it's like by the end of a month, they were out doing their daily walk. You know what I mean? Yeah. But and I think that's, at least for me, sometimes I get like, I have these big things that I want to do. And then it's like, whoa, that becomes way overwhelming. Like, how am I going to do this? And then you feel like a failure if you don't.
Yeah.
You're just doing baby steps. And like you said, with an accountability partner. So you're both, because then it's like, well, I don't want to disappoint my accountability partner. So that kind of helps to motivate you to do it. Sorry, MZ's in her.
Yeah. And then by the end of January, we're like, oh, shoot, I didn't do it. So I'm just going to start next year.
Yeah. Right. Where it's like, if you miss a day, you miss a day. Pick it up.
When a new day can start. Okay, I didn't do it today. Let's start Thursday. Let's start Sunday. Let's
start now. Yeah.
We can start. We can hit reset the next day.
Exactly. You've got a fresh new 24 hours.
I have, the one thing that I've struggled with is just my weight loss and my health. And it's hard when you sit at a computer 12 hours a day to make sure that you're putting in the time for me to, get some exercise. And I hurt my knee a month ago, and now I can barely even walk on the damn thing. And there's nothing they can do about it. It's a tendon or something that just has to heal on its own. So, it's like, then I think, oh, I'm down on myself. I can't walk. I can't do anything else. But it's like, I'm trying, I'm probably going to go on one of those GLP-1s to get me started. I don't know if I will do it forever. I did, because I don't know if I told you, Terry, I know I'm going personal and going deep, but I have a gallstone that I'm going to have removed in February. And I asked him yesterday, can I still take a GLP-1 if I've got gallstone issues and stuff like that? Because I know it can affect, things. And he said, no issue. Just stop taking it a week before the surgery. But, and I just think I need a boost. Yeah. I think I need some help. I'm pre-diabetic. I don't want to have diabetes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've got to do something because I don't want things to get worse. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. A big focus of mine is that. And now the goal is to try to find a GLP-1 that's not $1,300 a month. That's the next step. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But it's hard when those kinds of things I'm stuck in that. I sit all day, I eat while I'm sitting. I'm not getting enough exercise. And so it's been an issue for me, a struggle for me if this part of my life. And so I'm really trying to see how I can take charge of that in 2026.
Yeah.
So.
And I try to think, I was listening to something recently, and it's like, what would the 85-year-old you like be either angry or happy that you did for yourself? Well,
Yeah.
It's your health, right? I mean, it's your health, it's your balance, it's all of those things. In sleep is huge, and I'm really, really trying to focus on the sleep. And I mean, I go to bed. I mean, I was in bed by 7:30 last night. I was so damn tired. But then I'm up at 2:30. So, although I guess that's still almost 8 hours of sleep.
Well, I'm grateful for.
But it's still you're still off because nobody's up at 2:30 in the morning doing stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And then I'm listening to Calm and listening to Matthew McConaughey read me a story, trying to fall back to sleep.
Yeah, I am grateful for my sleep. Meditation helped me with that. I've been meditating now for almost 6 years, and I cannot tell, and I just cannot tell enough people. I cannot tell you enough how much meditation was a game changer for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I will tell you all, for our audience, I was on probably 8 medications in my 20s. Because of, wasn't on 8 medications for my anxiety and depression, but, and then I had my first panic attack in nursing school. And I thought I was having a heart attack. Literally went to the ER with my mom in the car and thought I was having a heart attack. And it was a panic attack. It was my first panic attack. And I was taking so many, and I had been on I was on Prozac, I was on Lexapro, I was on citalopram, Effexor, all this stuff. But then I was also on other medications for the side effects of all the medications I was on.
Yeah.
So I had been on probably 8 medications. And I remember looking at them one day going, you are in your 30s and you're taking, I was in my early 30s and I was taking so many medications. And then medications to go to sleep at night. And then I'd go to, I'd take trazodone, and then I'd go to work and just to go to sleep. And then I'd wake up, and at work, I was literally falling asleep. People would have to wake me up to get report because I was falling asleep while I was getting report for my patients. So it was terrible. And meditation, I tell you today, praise God that I take no medications. And it is just meditation, and I can fall asleep I was terrified at night to go to sleep without TV. I remember we'd go to hotel rooms when we were on vacation, and if they didn't have a TV, or if we stayed at someone's house and I couldn't put the TV on at night, I was terrified. Thank God for cell phones when we could put on the TV, or like we could have our devices and I could listen to something or put on TV, because I just didn't know how I was going to shut down the mind chatter at night, because TV did it for me. And now I have not turned on the TV in my room for probably 4.5 years. It doesn't go on, and I can fall asleep at night, and I sleep all night and take nothing. And so, but that was meditation. Meditation has calmed my brain. So I cannot stress, if there are people out there struggling with that, I tell you, start small, but adopt a meditative practice and just keep going. Wrestle, you might wrestle with it, but don't give up. You are worth it, and just keep going.
Stay.
Telling
your brain, get back here.
You are the mind. Your body is not in charge of you. You are in charge of it.
Yep. I remember going to a conference with a friend for a Melaleuca conference, and she brought this big, huge suitcase, and I was kind of like, okay. I mean, it was just a weekend thing. She brought a huge box fan because she could not sleep without the sound of a box fan. Because I was like, what on earth did you bring? And she's like, my fan. What?
And what Kimberly's talking about is when she's saying stay, is because our body is going to want to tell you to get up, and it's going to want to be in charge of you, and you are in charge of the body, and you have to tell your body, nope.
Yep.
Just like
the dog, stay. Yep.
We are going to stay here and we're going to get through this meditation.
And it's
Or
okay
my
if the
mind
mind
goes-
wanders.
You're right.
If
Exactly.
people think, well, I can't meditate. My mind's wandering the whole time. That's okay.
That's going to
When you
do
start
that.
wandering, go back. I always go back to
Bring
my
it
heart.
back.
Bring it back to my heart every time. And
Or my
I go
breath.
back to my breathing, go back to my
Yep.
heart.
Yep.
You know, but your mind's gonna wander, and that's okay.
Yes.
And usually to places you don't want it to, because it's
Yeah.
where it's going to go. It's like, no.
I'm thinking about what what am I gonna do today? What's on my task list? That's what I do. And then I go, Michelle. And then I'm
Well,
like,
and
oh,
actually, when you recognize that and you bring it back, that's something to celebrate.
Right.
Yeah.
So
But it definitely it takes practice, and there's
It
no right or wrong way to do it.
no.
I was gonna
do
leave
it.
on New Year's Day to go back to Texas, but I might stay till Sunday, just because the sangha that my aunts do here in South Dakota, they're having a day of mindfulness on Saturday, so it's a full day.
Oh, yeah.
Meditative
love
practice,
it.
walking meditation, all that kind of stuff.
It's a good
And
way
so
to.
I'm like, can I stay for that? Because I don't get that back in Texas. But the downside is that, my dad's coming back on Friday, and they probably want me gone before they get back. They're probably like, shit, Michelle's here for another day. Because they want I'm messing with their routine also by being here. You know what I mean? So it's like, I get that. And so I don't know what I'm going to do. I haven't decided.
That would be good though, if you could.
I
do
know.
it.
Because they do such a good job.
Start
They
the
really
new
do a
year.
good job.
Hi, Nelson.
I was like, who is that? You've got a stranger in your house, Kimberly.
Hey, Kimberly, I want you to get back to what you'd been feeling the last couple weeks about your growth this week.
So yeah, just it was with just some of the stuff with family and just feeling kind of in this. I'm growing, and people that are close to me aren't, and that's okay, but it just, I don't know, it's like just communication starts to just dwindle, like fewer texts, fewer reach outs, but there's no fight, no explosion, no rhyme or reason for it. And then just trying to understand it and trying to be okay with it and know that it's that it's part of the growth process, and it's just it's lonely, sometimes.
So just kind of maybe not as many things in common now that you're kind of growing.
Well, yeah, or just no communication, like used to text and got a text back, and now it's like a couple of days if you hear back. Sent a gift and kind of like crickets, and then it was, oh yeah, thank you for the gift, and it just, I don't know, just different. But I also know it has nothing to do with me. We all have a lot going on in our lives. We've got, we always think that other people are thinking about us, or they're not. They don't. No. They're thinking about themselves and what they're going through. So it just, and then there's some guilt there, almost like, did I do something wrong? Or I don't know. It's like I'm proud of what I do. And I guess maybe sometimes from people that you've known for a long time or whatever, you just be kind of nice to get that attaboy once in a while or something, I don't know. It's kind of a weird place for me right now.
Yeah.
And
I definitely know that feeling. And I just remember feeling like confusion. And then just kind of realizing that, oh, well, maybe we just don't have as much in common or much to talk about anymore.
And a little sad too. You know what I mean?
It's like a grief.
Process. Yeah, exactly.
It is a grief. What I learned through that season of my life was there definitely is a grieving season of your old self.
Yeah.
That grief, because there is a grief of that old self of you. That old self is going away, and regardless of the pain that you went through, it was what we were familiar with.
Right. It served us.
So it did. Yeah. And so I tell the women at the prison, that there is an honoring of that woman. That woman is still you. She's not gone anywhere. And that there is an honoring of that part of you because it served a big part of your life, right? And so there is a grieving process in that season of your life. And it is painful because it almost feels like, oh my gosh, I'm being forgotten. But you're not being forgotten. You're just becoming.
Yeah.
And parts of that part of my life, and when I look back, I'm like, but did some of those relationships serve me?
Right.
And some of them, and often many of them, did not.
Right.
And part of the relationships that I was in served things in my life that were not beneficial, were not serving me. And they were actually not good for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and so this morning I wrote my younger self a letter. So that kind of helped.
Good.
And then I've been weekly writing a gratitude letter. So the unsent letter to somebody, both of you ladies I've written to, they're in my room, just of gratitude for people that you're grateful for.
Yeah.
And it just helps to kind of just to, at least for me, to get it out on paper and just get it out of my head.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to, because it takes a bit of time to do that. But just once a week, I'm trying to do, gratitude.
Yeah, because then it goes, oh, I lost this one, but look who came in.
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So it's kind of helping me reframe and,
And so for the audience,
it doesn't matter how many people you have, right? It's the quality of those relationships.
And for the audience, what I want you to see, what Kimberly's sharing, is the tools.
Yeah.
The tools that she has gathered for her toolbox that have helped her get through these when she gets in these moments of, and they will come up, but what tool can you pull out of your toolbox and go, oh, okay, I'm going to sit down and do this.
Yep. And for me, journaling.
I was going to ask Kimberly, is there a group, a Sangha or a meditation group or a mindfulness group that you can maybe be a part of in 2026 where you can be around like-minded individuals who care about their personal growth and development? Maybe there's some sort of group that you can join that would be, you could be, not just focusing on the relationships that maybe are changing in your life, but maybe starting some new ones of people that have similar interests.
I do have that. I actually bought Diary of a CEO, his journal that he has. It's about the 1% every day. And one of my 3 top goals was to form new connections and with like-minded people. So yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to be looking for something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Yeah. And then my health was on there, and because all of that stuff leads over to business, right? So we've got business goals, but we need to get our head and our mind and our hearts right before we can do anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do have that on there. I thought about looking at Meetup, or if I put it out to the universe, though, it'll
happen.
It'll happen. It'll come. So
there's a website that you can find actual sanghas, because they have to become an official sangha to be a meditation group. They have to do it and they have to follow the procedures or whatever. So you can there's a website that you can go find stuff in your area. There might be something in your community, like close by.
Well, there's probably, I could probably go to Dharma Cloud too. They've got every Tuesday.
Oh yeah. You could. You just had to drive up the mountain. That's the problem.
Yeah. Morrison.
Tin Man's taking a year sabbatical.
Oh, he is?
He's going to Thailand. He's going in the jungle, and he's going to meditate for a year. He's going to be by himself not a monastery, but he's taking a year of doing a meditative practice for a year.
Geez, Terry, we thought 4.5 hours was long.
Well, aren't you part of
going to eat and sleep too, Kimberly? I don't think it's going to be.
Aren't you a donor for Inner Science?
Yeah, actually.
So we do it every month.
Oh, I need to. I did become a donor.
Yeah, every single month on a Sunday, and it's right. We just come. I get on there every month. It's on a Sunday, and sometimes they'll do. If the community asks for something, they'll do just a pop-up one. So a couple months we've done like 2 in a month.
All right, I'll have to go to that website because I've never got anything from them.
Yeah,
it's my
so
spam or
it's
something.
awesome. Yeah, it's really
Okay.
awesome. And there's like sometimes there's like 500 people on there, but you can start creating some relationships on there.
And it's just a Zoom.
Yeah, we just do a Zoom, and they'll pick one of his meditations, and we all do it together.
Okay,
It's pretty cool. I love it.
yeah.
Usually on a Sunday, like around 1 p.m.
Okay.
But they do it every
They have
month.
a mindfulness center in Dallas, but it's so far away. It's like an hour and 15 minutes when there's decent traffic. So I never go because I'm like, it's a Wednesday evening, and by the time you leave the house, it's probably a 2-hour trip to get there, and I just don't go. It's too far for me.
God. We were just in LA, and somebody said LA was like Dallas traffic, and oh gosh.
Dallas traffic is a nightmare.
We drove from right by Disneyland to go to Universal.
Mm-hmm.
It was a 2-hour drive to get there in the morning, and we waited till 9 p.m. to drive back, and it was less than an hour back.
Yeah.
I was like, OMG.
Oh, yeah.
I had never, I was just like, this is insane.
Yeah.
40 minutes to get 6 miles?
Oh, yeah. We'd wake up at like 2 a.m. to try to go to LA to beat the train, and there'd still be traffic.
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's why when people say that Denver traffic's like, I'm like, it is not. I'm like, you people do not know what you're talking about. I mean, the traffic sucks, but it is not like California traffic.
God, no.
No. I'm like,
and you understand why people are so miserable, because they spend all their time sitting in their cars in traffic. And It's like, how horrible is that?
You can't meditate while you're driving.
Gosh,
you get one of those driveless cars, one of those cars that can drive.
If there is ever a need in LA traffic to have heart coherent, oh my gosh.
Yeah. They allow the driving cars in California, the driverless cars.
Yeah, we saw one.
Yeah.
That was
the taxi we saw.
Yeah.
But that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. So
yes, I'm excited about 2026, and I'm excited about my own journey and what's going to happen. And I don't feel particularly lonely. I feel good, and I still have friends that are in the drama hardcore. And there's a guy one of my friends, he's just a wreck, and we kind of laugh about it, because he's like goes from one girl to the next, and he's talking to new women, and he's in love again. I'm like, oh my gosh. I just talked to him yesterday, and we had a good laugh about it. So, I mean, he knows, he's aware, he's fully aware, and he's kind of funny about it. And he's always in a good mood. So there are also people that are in your life that have awareness about the stuff that they're dealing with, and they're okay with it. And I'm okay with it if he's okay with it. We don't see each other, in person necessarily, but we talk on the phone, and it's just.
Well, that's what I mean. Some people are completely okay with being the way they are.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's fine.
Yeah. I don't feel alone either, Michelle. There is a difference in being lonely and being alone. And
yes,
I honor solitude. I hosted my kids on, except for my son that's in San Diego, but I hosted them on Christmas Eve, and it was great. My grandkids, we all had a great time, game night, and then Christmas Day I went with family. But I came home and watched the Bronco game, and I just loved it. Like, I cherish just being home and I am okay with it. And you know what? As I go, I want to be married again. I really do.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I'm totally okay with the timeline. I'm not rushing it. It'll happen when it happens. Yeah. But it will definitely, one of the things I know that I value is my alone time. So it'll have to be with someone that also values that and is mutually respected. And I hope that he has that for himself as well, and is very healthy within his own growth. And he'll need that as well. Right.
Yep.
Bottom line. But I just love it. And so I'm like you, I'm at a place that I'm very comfortable with growth where I'm at, where I am definitely at peace at the pace I am growing. I want some exponential growth this year, and I know that depends on me.
Mm-hmm.
I want a quantum leap growth this year. That's what I want. But I know that's dependent on me. It's dependent on my action. At the degree I control that, right?
Right.
I control what I do. And so, yeah, I'm only in competition with me. That's all it ever is. It's me and me. And so, there's never fear outside of me. It's always within me. And what I've learned this year, which I'm so grateful for, is that fear is so much bigger than it actually is.
Oh,
It's an
yeah.
illusion. And once you just start to take a little tiptoe and start to get past it, it's really not as scary as you think.
Right.
And so just really taking some massive action this year and just showing my own self. I say that I'm the experiment this year, and showing my own self, my own capabilities, because I'm showing myself what I'm truly capable of, because I know that there's so much greater in me than I realize. And so it's proving it to me.
So
Yeah.
another thing that kind of comes to me is like, how do you know? I mean, I'm not asking for like when is it enough? When, you know what I mean? Like business wise, like when have I done enough that I can just ride this out? Versus,
So I think
you know
for
what I
me,
mean?
I think it's asking the question at night, today, have I done my best?
Right.
And if I've done my best, that's enough.
Yeah.
And that's it. I don't need to work harder. Like, I came out of meditation today, and I've been in prayer a lot and spending time with God. And I just came out of meditation today, and it was, this is what came up. I'm gonna read it, because I got up from meditation. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna write that down. And I almost memorized it just now, but I don't want to take away with what came up for me. It said, my worth is inherited, not earned. It's not given, it's received. And it's not a feeling, it's a knowing. And so nowhere in that does it say work for anything.
Yeah.
And so I think embracing rest and doing my best.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, because
That's it.
I find that sometimes I have to, maybe I shouldn't use the word work, but really kind of work to be happy. Like not work to be happy, but I mean, I have to work at being happy. Like, it doesn't just, like, I don't know how to explain. It doesn't just.
I totally understand what you're saying. For me, it came back to, I have to do something to feel happy, because and that came from a place of validation, because I had to prove something to my parents that I was worthy of their love, or I was doing something right, or and it was so funny, and it was crazy that my friend pointed this out to me, because this was just last week. I have these meditation people that I listen to. I listen to Milan a lot. And I was listening to her music on the way home. And because, I'm just at this point where listening to podcasts all the time and doing all this stuff, I'm just feeding my brain. I've been doing it for the last 6 years. And my brain is just like, you don't need any more information. You know what I mean? I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
You know what to do. You know what I mean?
Right,
so my brain just cannot absorb anymore. And I realize that. And so I can't do it right now. So lately I've been listening to a lot of meditation, just really calming music. And so when I come home from work, I listen to it, and I came to a stop sign, and I just sat there at the stop sign, and I said, I felt this word rest. Like, this is your season of rest. And it doesn't mean this is a season of rest and I'm not doing anything.
Right.
I said at the beginning of the podcast that I'm very clear on where I'm going, and that's what I'm going to work towards. But I'm not going to work to do more. I'm going to rest, and I'm going to do what I know to do.
Right.
And so that's what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. And where I think of that as flow. You know what I mean? Kind of just getting in your flow. You don't have to struggle. You're not going
very aligned. I know what to do.
Yeah.
And then the rest is rest.
Yeah.
So did I do my best? Did I do the things that are moving me towards my goal? And if I did, I can rest.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And they can be little things. They don't have to be huge things.
Yep.
And I think too, you're also a very ambitious person, Kimberly. So I think in your mind, you think you should be doing something towards your work to be able to get more where you want to go. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that, having ambition. I just think you have, as long as you have balance, right?
Right.
As long as you have balance with your, getting rest and spending time with who you want to spend time with and getting away from it as well is important, which I think you do. I don't think you're necessarily overworking yourself unless you think so, but there's nothing wrong with ambition.
Yeah. And they say you should, rest as hard as you work. So, I mean, it's, you put 100% into your work. Well, you should put 100% into your rest.
Yeah.
In order to keep doing that day after day after day.
Yeah.
You're going to get all these speaking gigs in 2026. So it's like,
That's the goal.
Talk about fear. But I just have to know there's no saber-toothed tiger coming after me, right? So
nope, there's not.
It's only in your mind.
Just a little one.
I love this. We're excited, you guys, for 2026. We're going to have some great guests.
Yes.
I think we're just going to do more to try to provide value to you in regards to, topics that you either can relate to or you want to learn more about. So I'm just really excited about what we're going to do in 2026. And, tonight I'm just going to go watch movies with my aunt, Kathleen. So That's what we're doing. We watched Moonstruck on New Year's Eve.
Oh.
I watched a movie called Anniversary with Diane Keaton.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Just check it out.
What, today?
No, the other day.
Oh.
2 nights ago. It's I didn't know what it was about. You know what I mean? I just watched and I'm like, it was that's scary.
What are you guys doing for New Year's Eve? Anything? What are you doing, Terry?
My friend Julie, the one that you met, Kimberly, she's having. Let me tell you what it's called. She's got littles. She's got little ones. She is having a sober glow party.
Nice.
So it's only from 6 to 9, but we're doing painting fun, glow games, and dancing and music.
Love.
I'm just gonna stop by. There'll be some kids are invited because she wants to do something for her kiddos.
Yeah,
I love that.
So yeah.
Hey, what is your ladies' word for the year? Would you say
For New Year or this year?
For the new year.
Health. For me, it's health.
Mine's, I think, is expansion.
Mine is actually just surrender. Mine is
Love it.
Last year, mine was surrender and soften.
Yeah, mine is surrender. Mine is just to surrender, and I'm just surrendered. I'm surrendered, and I'm just gonna do what I can do. Like I said, asking that question every night, did you do your best? And if I can say yes, I feel like I'm surrendered, and I will have the most amazing 2026.
Yeah.
Love it.
I'm starting to get some of this stuff from Dr. Amen too, so I'm getting excited about getting that started. So it'll be a good year, all.
Yep. Yes. Well, hopefully I'll see you guys in Dallas when Dr. Joe comes here.
When is he coming?
I don't know. Terry was saying that he's going to be in Dallas.
I'll have to look. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I'll see you in March too, Michelle.
You will.
In LA. Yeah.
And so we'd love to do a couple of live sessions too. I was saying that before. I need to go to Denver. We could, be together in one studio or something like that to do some live. It'd be great to have a guest if we could have a guest, when we do that, but we'll figure it out. We're just a work in progress like everything else. This will just continue to grow and we're excited about it. So I hope everybody has a wonderful new year.
Be safe out there. There's a lot of
year.
Yep.
Thanks, ladies.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.